Good evening. 11 people already in the house. Hello to another live stream by yours truly, CM Kozeman. Fashionably late by a couple of minutes, but I hope you are reading me clearly. Hello, everyone, and good night. Oh, we already have comments. Soon it will be CM time. Among Us. AX Jack Film says, I will need a Secret Service soon. Because somebody might need to assassinate me. I mean, look, when you have thousands of people knowing you, always remember you have millions of people not giving a damn about you. It's really not a problem. And I don't, I mean, if I was a controversial or political streamer, or if I was maybe living in fear land that was the United States, maybe, but no, not here. As you can see, our family cat is meowing in the background. We can't lose these people alongside you. Well, thank you for thinking of me so highly. Hello, everyone, and good night. 1 minute in, and people are worrying about my fame and assassination. Everybody is here. I'm just giving you a couple of minutes to call everybody you know and get more buddies in this room because we're going to have a nice time. We got the new setting. We got the paper here ready to draw sketches and stuff. So it will be fun. Everybody's coming in. I'm giving you a couple of minutes while I get some of my mother's wonderful cauliflower soup and start the night. Just keep on coming. Yes. 14 people already. Okay, I will be right back. Why don't you feast your eyes on these sketches while I grab some? Okay. Yes. Everybody likes the sketches, I hope. 15 people, and good night, everybody. I hope you've all been having a nice week. I'm just switching on these streams every now and then just to keep life interesting. Cyborg says, I have my license test in a few minutes. What's that for? A driving license. Best of luck. 16 people, yeah. When we reach 5 people, I will officially start the stream. When we reach 5 minutes, I will officially start the stream and I will ask everybody where they are from. By the way, do you think I should cut this hair or keep it on? Let me have some. Come, cauliflower soup, yes. You want to see what happens when I grow my hair? Well, it starts getting curls, and the top part, it becomes obvious that the top part isn't growing at the same rate as the sides. So it becomes a bit wild. Ugh. Holy moly, I made a stream, says Paddy Bryan. Love from Australia. I was just listening to Men at Work, Land Down Under, just a minute ago. Okay. As you can see, there's not a drop of soup left in existence. I'm just going to switch to tea, and then we will officially get this show on the road. All right. We are joined tonight. Well, I'm actually staying in my extended family's house tonight, my parents' house, and the cat was not in the best of health this week. So we took care of the cat, a lot of day job stuff, a lot of real life stuff. So in the meantime, why not crack open a stream every now and then? Oh, take a good look at this cat. It's nearly 17 years old. As you can see, oh, no shortage of pussy in Daddy Kozman's hands. The cat is called Kadrina, and it has been with our family in one shape or form or the other since 2006. All right, everyone, we are officially live. Welcome to the CM Kozman live stream podcasts. Even though I'm kind of speaking to a converted audience, I'm kind of preaching to the choir. This is a channel dedicated to science, speculative evolution, science fiction art, and all sorts of related interesting subjects. Please consider supporting me on Patreon or going to my merch store and picking up some t-shirts. There are new models coming out every other week. And if you actually have a girlfriend, or in the wild off chance that you actually might be a lady, there's a new sexy ladies criminal cryptid t-shirt available, and many people are buying it. So yeah. All right, let's read up on the comments. Everybody wants me to grow long hair. I have been commended for drinking soup. The cat has been commended as the best co-hosts. TNT Tiger says their cat is having asthma too. Get well soon. Yeah, in the wild off chance that you are ladies. What should we talk about? It's the middle of the week. I hope you're doing okay. 20 people, these things just keep getting better and better. And let's start off by having a roll call of where everybody is from. And then let's keep the questions coming on whatever subject you want to talk about. Roll call, where are you from? We are in Istanbul, Turkey. Oreosaurus reporting from Australia, represent. Lorelei from Southern California. TNT Tiger is from Ireland, living in Kent right now. Felidai is from the most rootin' tootin' US state, Texas. Thomas Strimple is also from Texas, but the city of Dallas. C. Cyborg is joining from New York State. Alex is from Finland, as always. Does this mean you are not allowed to travel outside of the country? Just kidding. Slovakia. Long Island, New York. Hello, Joseph. Hello. Now, right after Slovakia, someone's going to join from Czechia, and we're going to have the Czechoslovakia Megazord assemble. Beep. Long. Come on, 23 people. Report. Where are you from? A few of you have to be lurkers at this point, even though I'm not speaking to hundreds. Did you know that the wayward Messiah, the wayward Jewish Messiah, Shabtai Sevi, he was a crazy character, and I'm not going to spend too much time explaining his life, but he was basically an insane historic figure who believed he was the long-awaited Judaic Messiah. Wow, we are now 35 people. Okay, what Shabtai Zevi did was he had, like, before he got really famous, he had a core group of small followers, okay? And these were also kind of like nut cases and mental cases like he was. But he appointed them kings of the earth. So now I am appointing some of you kings of the world. Some longtime favorites. For example, Lorelei Sinai, who reports from California, all the US Pacific seaboard, from down to Baja, Mexico, up until the center of Oregon, I grant to you, you are now the emperor of the Pacific. Let us see. Oreosaurus is also a regular from Australia. All of the antipodes now belong to you. I christen you, Oreosaurus, master of the antipodes. Squidlord is from Croatia. Nice. Your new stepmom is from Los Angeles. C. Cyborg is from New York. And since you are also a regular, I christen you the Lord of all the Atlantic, except until where Florida begins. I think I will hand that part out to somebody else. Tarık Çekemoğlu, a long-time real-life friend. Man, our audience, our acquaintance goes back nearly 2 decades. And even though we haven't been speaking much often, I've been following your adventures. Godspeed. Hope all is well. Best to your family. YouTube Joseph asks, can you make toys of all tomorrows? It's not up to me, my good friend. I would love to, but these things take money. I don't have that much of that kind of money at hand right now. Jade is from Virginia. Hello, hello. It was Virginia one of those states that come in north and south? Excuse my ignorance, please. No, it's just the state. I'm confusing Virginia with the Carolinas, of course. North Carolina. But it's just one of the right parts of the states, you know? Suburban, but also not dismally suburban. Okay, let us have questions. And depending on where you report, I will give you kingdoms upon this earth. You have to be a regular or a member of the CM Kozemen extended universe, extended cinematic universe. Oh, there's West Virginia also. Yeah, that's my mistaken scattered memory. Well, 20 people in the house, but chat is awfully quiet. Maybe I should talk about stuff. I don't know, it's quite fun to give fake ass kingdoms. Somebody should write these down. So far, we have Lorelei Sinai, Master of the Pacific, from Oregon to Baja California. We have, I think, Sea Cyborg was the Master of the Atlantic from New York. And Thomas Strimpel is also a long-time contributor. Oreosaurus is the ruler of the antipodes. Somebody write these down, please. Squidlord wants the Balkans. Okay, I grant you sovereign and master over all of former Yugoslavia and Bulgaria and Romania. But I might divide this kingdom if other people crop up. Yatsu, a Turkish friend, says, do you have a special price for t-shirts in Turkey in the future? These are really expensive in Turkey. Yes, I'm unfortunately not at the moment, but if you are in this country and if you seek me out in person, maybe we can, like, I can help you make your favorite pattern at a local t-shirt shop. So that will be a kind of gift from me to you. Unfortunately, these are all priced to American and some of the British and maybe German contributors, because in this day and age, these are the only people with actual disposable incomes in their pockets. Someone write this or the multiverse will rip apart, says Oreosaurus. What is your favorite edible plant group? For me, the clear choice is in the Allium family. Well, for me, I think it has to be tangerines, grapefruit, oranges, all that group. Or the group containing apples, whatever that is. Hell yes, says Squidlord. Yes, happy to be the king of the Balkans. Okay, let me actually write these down. Squidlord, let me show you. Lord, Balkans, okay. Lorelei, West Pacific. Oreosaurus, Australia, and antipodes. And who else was it? C. Cyborg gets Atlantic. We will extend this list as people make themselves visible. Lore, yes. YouTube Joseph says, I think you should do a speculative evolution project on the future evolution of life on Earth. Many people far more talented than myself have done this. All right. How do you feel by the middle of the week? Do you feel tired, energetic? Do you work? Do you go to school? Let me know in the comments. Rulers of the world. The actual text of Shabbatai Sevi giving his followers dominion over the earth, it's ridiculous. Let me see if I can find it actually. All right. Are you ready to read this? Okay, wait. Sabbatai Sevi divided the world into 38 kingdoms and appointed his followers to each one of them. So that's what he did. There was like somewhere in a printed book, a very big list of these kingdoms and stuff. I can't find it online now. But yeah, it was hilarious. Like he basically gives the entire Americas to some of his friends, and then there's this like girl he has the hots for, and like she becomes the queen of Asia or something. It was really ridiculous. Everybody's tired in the middle of the week. Well, I am too. I'm coming down with something, but I'm just medicating with cauliflower soup. And Jade wants Chesapeake Bay. Euplarchus orega says, "Can I rule the Mediterranean islands?" Well, I'm very sorry, but you should have listed where you are from. Why didn't you do a shout out while I asked everybody? YouTube Joseph describes his working day at his hangout group. He has some skilled jobs program at the local Jewish temple. Oh, well, best of luck on that one. Whoever gets lordship over Socotra Island is gonna be lucky. Yeah, I need to have some followers from there, though. I mean, usually birthright goes to natives of that area. Euplarchus is from Izmir, Ankara, or Samsun. You pick. Why don't I give you the entire Black Sea coast and the entirety of central Anatolia? Yes, I am writing it down. Konfi Manfi wants Erzurum. Look, I'm handing out the world parcel by parcel. Do you really want Erzurum? And also, is this a joke to this one weird Turkish computer game project? Okay, deepest lore time. Once last year, somebody tried to, like a couple of years ago, somebody tried to do a immersive survival game set in eastern Turkey, which, and one of the provinces in this part of Turkey was this place called Erzurum, and this was a game called Erzurum, and everybody was like hyping it up. Then one popular Turkish streamer, the name of whom I will not pronounce, kind of dunked on this game, and there was a whole shit fight. But it's like one of the best pieces of blood sports Turkish shit debate discussion fight uh, internet lore that I like to watch. What projects are you working for currently? Well, I am working on Snaiad and All Tomorrows. If you support me on Patreon, you could see Snaiad sneak previews like these flying creatures. All right. Let me check some messages. Somebody just sent us hearts. That's nice. Okay, Thomas Strimpel. I give you and Felidae co-dominion, like a tetrarchy, over the entire Midwest. Not only Texas, but the entire Midwest, okay? Thomas Strimpel and Felidae, entire Midwest US. Okay. You guys figure it out. Don't bother me with details. Yeah, I just joined on what's going on. We are partitioning the world. Basically, I asked where everybody's from. Everybody reported. And I am I'm carving out the map of the world among my top followers and top members of the CM Kozumin Cinematic Extended Universe. Yes, this is kind of a bullshit stream. Well, what can I do? We need to shoot the shit. Somebody must draw this map. I have the places listed down. Jade wants a tiny kingdom in Virginia. Okay, why not? Why not? listed. Also, you will share it with Joseph. Okay. God knows Joseph has been with this channel for a number of years now. Dajun Yar, Dajun Yar got the Siam Cosman mug for their birthday. Congratulations. Can I ask you, is it like solidly printed? Like, is the print nice? Because I am working with the Spring Creator Spring service, and I've chosen them because they say it's nice. But I just want to ask a real person. Takuteira says, "I want the moon. I'm sorry, it's reserved for somebody else." Yeah, it looks great. Okay. I'm glad you liked it. Like, I hope the paint doesn't flake after washing and stuff. Arthur the Allosaurus has their birthday. Happy birthday. Comel Fon says, I want to rule Eastern Europe. Okay. But a precondition for like getting pieces of the world was that you need to check in before I agreed to this whole deal. Also, if you have like a special place in the CM Cosman YouTube channel or these chats, doesn't happen overnight. Somebody's throwing us hearts. What a nice night. 16 people in the house. At one point, we even had 35, but I think that was a mistake. 17. Oh, I feel so loud when these hearts start bubbling up like oxygen from an aquarium filter. Yes. Oh, somebody's giving me lots of hearts. Who are these secret admirers? Just 1 second, I will mute the microphone for a private thing. Okay, microphone unmuted. Everybody's so tired that I am not getting as many intelligent questions as I used to. But maybe it's because everybody is in a more shitposty mood tonight, which is okay. Hearts from my small kingdom in Virginia. Sounds like a country song. Oh, Da Junior also got the All Yesterday's book. Thank you. Have you seen Epic Rap Battles of History? Yes, it's a kind of dated channel. I'm not such a big fan of rap battles in general, don't get me wrong. And I don't want to be in a rap battle with Dougal Dixon because I really respect Mr. Dixon. Like, I don't have anything to teach or preach to anybody. What books have you been reading recently? Oh, good question. I've been I've been reading this amazing book for a while, actually. It's called For Lust of Knowing, The Orientalists and Their Enemies by Robert Irwin. It's a nice, it's a two-part book. Part of the book is about basically self-deprecating, the self-defeating attitude of quotes and quotes, the self-defeating attitude embodied in quote unquote Orientalism as laid out by Edward Said. So it's a critique of Edward Said and his basically strawman arguments against Orientalism. The first major half of this book is actually a great chronicle of all the interesting, eccentric people in the Western world who have studied the quote unquote Near East or the Middle East and dedicated their lives to understanding and explaining and in certain cases codifying its culture. So it's a really nice book, very well written. I like this sort of stuff. So this is one of the books I'm reading. Arthur the Allosaurus says, I went to the museum today. It was good, but not perfect, since there was a school field trip. There was an Ichthyostega statue and a taxidermied Torpidurus torquatus. Torpidurus was a sea snake, wasn't it? No, it's actually Tropidurus, and it's a kind of lizard genus. Apologies. The SOB says, CM K hi. Hello, SOB. Where are you hailing from, good friend? We've just reached 24 people. What should we expect from the new All Tomorrows? God damn. Look, people, I'm saying no All Tomorrows questions. Go follow me on Patreon. There are some plot reveals there. Have you seen that one All Tomorrows short comic? Yes, it's by that Italian artist. It's great. I'm in the middle of Eastern US. Hello, SOB. What are some of your favorite fan-made works? They have to be some of the All Tomorrows animations, I think. What's your opinion on Zushen Tyrannus? Wait. It's one of those really interesting middle-sized and like brutal Tyrannosaurus dinosaurs, isn't it? I think there were a lot of those creatures running around, like many species, and we're just scratching the surface, to be honest. I have a technical question from all of you. Because this is a full house and people are watching TV in the other room, rightfully so, I'm just worried if the sound is seeping in. Let me know if there's any sound interference in the background. There's a crab behind you. Watch out. Yeah. That crab dates to like the mid 1990s. Okay, it's not disturbing anybody. Good. Nobody hears the noise. I'm happy. Let's check our messages and shit. Just a second. All right. I hear, but it's not disturbing. Do you know any Saz players? Says the SOB. A few. I think I had a friend. She was really good in traditional instruments, but I don't know much about the lore of saz playing as I should. Saz, by the way, is a traditional Turkish instrument that kind of looks like an archaic banjo with a wooden body. It's a really like emotional emotional instrument. If you want to hear what it sounds like, just Google SAZ or Bağlama, yes, which goes Lama. And some of that music we share with our Armenian neighbors and Greek neighbors. It's a mutual instrument. Saz bağlama. I love Turkish music. Well, my good friend, the SOB number two, do you by any chance have any ancestry from this part of the world? Actually, yeah, let's steer the conversation that way. Any all of my listeners in the new world now, that is to say the Americas, Canada, the US, Brazil, Argentina, where do your ancestors come from? I'm just really curious to know. Have you had any fan art made of yourself? Yes, some of them were private, but really nice. SOB is from has Irish ancestors, some from England, Yugoslavia, and Germany. Gavin Tidwell says, creating unique alien phyla for a world. Let's do the new world ancestor call out first, and then we'll move on to that. Our ancestors are early hominids. That okay, okay. My great grandmother came from Finland. Now I live in Sweden. Cool. Well, I am from Brazil. Represents. My ancestors are from Spain and Morocco. You know, that's one of the very nice things about basically the new world below the boundaries of the United States. I mean, I think, I mean, ethnically, one of the countries there, and I apologize for forgetting which one, had a prime minister of Lebanese descent, another had a president, I think, of Japanese descent. So even though they're not in the forefront of the global stage, a lot of those countries they're trying out some very interesting things in terms of democracy, representation, and overall mobility. Of course, they have all their problems too, but name me a country that doesn't have problems. We're talking about ancestors, and Lord Grunwalder also has a is talking about his Circassian ancestors. Circassians were this proud ethnic group, distinct from Turks, who were basically subjects of ethnic cleansing by Russians, and they moved to Turkey. And currently, I think they're some of the most based constituents of the citizenry of the Turkish Republic. But from the start, I came from plankton, says, yeah. Yeah, okay. I can't even name a person without problems. Yes, in this day and age, I think everybody has having problems. I mean, let alone my private friends, even people I know online. I mean, there have been people suffering from depression, almost suicidal tendencies, worrying disappearances. Jade says, my mom's side is French, my father's side is German and Cherokee. What a based mix. What a based mix. Gavin Tidwell also reveals a Native American ancestor. Jimbo in the corner has no problems. I don't know who Jimbo is, but maybe it's a quote. Just a second. Well, I think there are no living beings in the world without problems, and it's true. It's true. Life is what happens to you when you're making plans, and little moments of calm like this are all we get. Looking Risley in reference to my hair, maybe. All right. Sorry, I had to take care of something. All right. Riz is short for charisma. Yeah. Thank you. It's hard, but I make it work. Riz is a type of cheese. All I know from my era of slang is Riz rhymes with something I'd rather not talk about. Felidaya says, my father's side is from Sicily and was heavily involved in bootlegging and mob stuff. So you are one of the cool and based Italian Americans or Sicilian Americans. So your last name is apparently notorious, something like maybe Don Corleone or something. Well, it's always the case with the world that usually, in case of based people, sometimes our ancestors, like we all stand on the shoulders of our ancestors, and somehow, sometimes people did not exactly act legitimately, but that's okay. I think the whole thing is of like it's very rare basically to find somebody who doesn't go back 3 generations and everybody in their extended family is legit. You know what I mean? RIZ stands for Real Island Zimzams. Are Zimzams a kind of candy, if I'm not mistaken? We had a question. What's your advice for people who want to design strange new phyla of animals? Well, there's a long answer and a short answer. The long answer is look at minor phyla in the present day. These are like just look at minor phyla. And there are many interesting creatures who don't look like anything else, just hanging about. There's only a few species of them, or like some of them are even only found in like weird places like the mouth parts of lobsters or something. There's an entire phylum known from the mouth parts of crustaceans. So you can look at them and like kind of model the discrepancies on them, or you can actually ask a friend to design a creature and steal that creature, and it becomes a different phyla in your own world, and then derive it from their basically baseline characteristics. We were talking about question that we have a question about cryptids only known from Turkey, and thanks to Lord Grunwalder, the Lake One monster and a few special jinns, also this Black Sea area demon story named the Karakonjolos. But actually, that's not extensively Turkish. Well, anything about Turkey's Black Sea region, you must know that a lot of people there are ethnic Greeks, and the tradition of Karakanjolos actually persists in present day Greece. They call it Kalikansaroi. Just go look them up, and it's an interesting case of almost like a phylogenetic divergence in terms of legends. AXJack Films mentions a name as a cryptid, and this is the first comment I'm ever deleting on this channel because, well, nothing personal, but you know, don't, don't get me in trouble, man. Don't. Just don't. Every country has. Gulyabani is mentioned as a Turkish cryptid. Once again, it's shared by the legends of ghouls are shared by Arabic people and people in Syria, so not exclusively Turkish. I think some of the urban legends are exclusively Turkish, like the bearded baby story in Criminal Cryptids number 2. The Criminal Cryptid series, by the way, is I think one of my proudest YouTube achievements recently. What do you think about the representation of dinosaurs in cartoons like Peppa Pig? Man, I haven't watched Peppa Pig, but I'm sure it must be doing a great job. It's such a popular, widely known cartoon that even if it just talks about dinosaurs, it's already priming millions of people for a further interest in those animals. So cool. By the way, I was handing out dominions to my followers earlier on, and Lord Grunwalder gets the Aegean and all of Circassia. Okay, you are now the Lord of Circassia. And just a quick heads up. Earlier in the stream, before Lord Grunwalder joined, I was playing a joke with some of our regular followers, distributing the world by provinces to kingdoms to different friends. So everybody got a part of the world, and you are getting Circassia and Manisa. How do you feel when you hear people call bugs insects? I don't feel too bad. I'm never pedantic about these things. I don't think you should be either. As long as they don't hate them, it's not my problem. I only want to like hurt people when they want to kill insects out of nothing. The whole, oh, kill it with fire, blah, blah, blah. I hate that. And from the same place, I would not hate Peppa Pig because of its inaccurate dinosaur representation. Because once again, it's a kids show, millions of kids watch it. Some of them are going to like the dinosaurs even if they're not accurate, and then they're going to move on to more accurate representations. What do I do if a cockroach is flying towards me? Asks Confi Mumphy. Just let it land. It's not going to hurt you. It can't even sting, can't even bite. Just hold on to that reflex. Okay, I wouldn't want them to get in my hair either, but it's not going to do anything to you. It's not even that, like, a cockroach landing on you probably has a less microbial load than a fly landing on you. So try to just stay still, let it land, it's going to fly back off. I would rather be a bug rather than an insect, says Dajunyar. And of course, you are talking about the phylogenetically correct group of bugs, which have these like draining mouth parts, and they have like they sting things and like suck them dry. They have a very unique mouth structure. Confi Mumphy is talking about a bug waifu. Well, if you meet one, let me know. Squidlord says, I got silverfish and house spiders crawling in my room. That's cool. I mean, as long as you keep your room clean, there's no dead skin or grime or like dust bunnies on the ground, that's okay. When I'm cleaning my house, I never vacuum the cobwebs, or when I'm cleaning the house, I always find silverfish under the carpets and stuff, but like never touch them. What's your opinion on sunfishes? I think they're great. Sunfishes are these like stupid looking fish that, well, they're actually beautiful. They're not stupid, but they look like this basically. They just look like this. See? And I think they're cool. They're unbelievable. I, I'm just very happy to be sharing the planet with them. All right, I'm really coming down with something, the sniffles or some shit. So I'm just gonna get the paper tissue. I'll be right back. Keep asking questions and keep calling your friends. I want to see friends of friends in this channel. I want to see this channel grow. Come on. Okay, be right back. Hello, everyone. Oh, there's been a bug? Oh, you're talking about this bug by the lamp or this crab toy? Use your geoguesser skills while he's gone. Well, I'm not that hard to track down, really. I'm not Shia LaBeouf or anything, not hiding. Do you like remoras? Yes, actually, one years ago, while swimming in the sea of the Northern Turkish Republic of Cyprus, I actually encountered a remora, and it tried to like attach itself to me. It was such a weird encounter. Okay, I got a serious question now. Are you a mechanical pencil enjoyer or a wooden pencil enjoyer? All right, glad you asked, because everywhere I go, I carry my backpack. Okay, and in my backpack, there's always a kind of special pocket just with like certain arts and drawing supplies. I'm just gonna show you the pencils I have, and like these are always on my person, 24/7. Okay, and so I have an actual mechanical pencil, which I use for small details. I have a charcoal pencil, which I use basically to outline watercolors. Let me just show you. So as a like fine surrealist artist, I make things like this. And you see all the lines here are made by this sort of charcoal. The cool thing about this arrangement is that when the watercolor touches the charcoal, it kind of dissolves it and it becomes like very artistic and ancient looking. So that's also another thing I always carry. I also don't leave the house without this Hadramut sketching pencil rated at 6B, and it's got this wide tip so I can use it for point drawings and shading. It's a really useful tool. So there. These are some of the tools of my trade. Oh, somebody's saying, is there some sort of something awful about mechanical pencils that I don't know? Have you seen a coconut crab before? No, I have never been to that part of the world. 23 people. Any newcomers? Let me know. Oh, okay. Alex Jack Film says, has a kid ever come up to you while drawing and asked what you were drawing? This happens a lot actually, and I'm always happy because children are very curious and creative, and I like interacting with them that way. Lord Grunwalder once wanted to mix his blood with paint, so his paintings would be like his children. The unfortunate truth is, blood is kind of a shitty painting material. It just goes dark, and the color isn't even nice. And after some period of time, it just fades. I mean, you're better off spitting into a jar of paint, and you still have some DNA from your epithelial tissue. And the great wooden and mechanical pen, I don't know. I don't see a conflict. Use them both. Mechanical pencils are great for like very small drawings. Thoughts on the life, thoughts on life on our planet. It's not as good as prehistoric planet, that's for sure. Oxjack Film says, I'm trying to create a world where the Japanese Empire uses genetically modified crabs as artillery. Well, you might want to check out this this series of uh, alternative history books written in the 2010s. What was it called? I'm just gonna find it. Wait. Oh, okay, it's this interesting series of book. It's called the Leviathan trilogy. It's a kind of like young adults fantasy series, so it's not really terribly realistic. But in this book, there are different. Basically, it's World War One all over again, but the Axis powers use steampunk technology, while the Allies use biomorphic kind of like organic biopunk technology. And this was a big deal in the 2010s. So something like that scenario already exists. If you're thinking about animals as weapons of war, you might want to look at this thing called Project X-Ray, where the American Air Force tried to weaponize bats in order to attack Japan before the invention of the atomic bomb. So they made little bat suits. They made little collars they would put on bats, and they would drop the bats from airplanes, and the bats would roost in, basically they would go and roost in buildings, and then the collar would have a clockwork mechanism which would start a fire. Of course the bat would die, but in tests it turned out that this was an extremely effective weapon because the bats would immediately fly into a roof, and Japanese houses are made out of wood. They all burned down. Fortunately, millions of bats' lives were saved as the US military developed the atomic bomb and put a rapid close to the Second World War. I made a post with the sketches mentioning you, says Aksijak Films. Where are these posts? In YouTube, on Instagram, where? Yep, Batomheimer. Yeah. That whole project, its story might almost be as interesting as Oppenheimer's. Oh, okay, it's on YouTube. Okay, let me just check. Let me just check. I can't see it unfortunately, but if you send it to me as a link, I will definitely look at it. Yeah, the bat firebomb project was canceled because it was too good. Some of the bats escaped and they set labs on fire, which I think serves them right. Don't you think? Oh. Also, Alex mentions another weird military animal weapon experiment. And yes, this was true. Basically, pigeons were trained to peck at the image of a target, and they were put inside the guided bomb, and they would peck the image of the tank or the ship or whatever. I think it was the image of a ship. So the bomb would steer towards the ship, and it's just an awful, awful. Poor pigeons. And there were numerous attempts to use dogs, train them to crawl under a tank with an anti-tank mine. Really cruel stuff. Yeah, the anti-tank dog. I also like barely recall some deep lore about how they basically destroyed friendly tanks by accident. Mm. Machine gun dog, says X-Check Films. Yeah, a lot of conversation about weaponized animals. I mean, it's just such a sad state of affairs. I really respect the messenger pigeons they used in the First World War, though. Nathan Francis says, thank you for motivating my world building and countless others. Thank you. You're working on a Snayat book and an All Tomorrow's update. Yes, if you follow me on Patreon, you can see excerpts from both. But no, they're not in the same universe. It's sad that pigeons are seen as pests now. Yeah, especially considering how humans domesticated them. I'm really coming down with something, guys. My eyes kind of hurt. But I'll keep talking for a bit more. I'm really enjoying these nice conversations. My favorite monument in London is that one to animals in war, says TNT Tiger, with elephants, horses, dogs, and it even has fireflies because people use them to read in the trenches. That's interesting. Alex Jack Films wants help with their sandwich. Well, basically, it has to be bread, cheese, ham, cheese, bread. Ham is always in the middle. The monument in London says they had no choice, man. Press F for Press F to pay respect to all the animals who perished in humanity's wars. Yes. Yeah, the F's coming in. Okay. Mm. Let me take some more messages. A lot of people are paying respect to animals in war, which is great. Can I see the drawings you showed in the beginning again? Ah, they're gone. But watch the stream again in my streams tab and you can see it. I can show you this thing though, this angel demon kind of thing. So that's the cool thing about living in Istanbul. Today I was just walking through the streets aimlessly after work, I must add, and I came upon these there are these people who sell things from houses where people have died, basically, and they were trying to sell these postcards from Greece showing these monasteries. So there was this thing from a monastery in Greece. There was this thing which was a Byzantine representation of love, and it's just phenomenal. Here you can see, uh, well, here it says it's inversed, but it says O Irotas. So this is says O Iro, and the other says, other part here it says Tas, O Erotas, which means love. And you see, love is blind, it calls upon everybody, and it gives everybody the sweet music of life as well as the pain of hell, basically. So this is like a 1917's postcard from Greece. I don't know whose house had it, but that person had probably died, and these guys were just trying to sell it. They also had this amazing representation of a Coptic Christian angel, which is really cool because the figure is decidedly Arabic, but the topic is Christian. And just as a caveat, the Coptic people are Christian people who live in Egypt. There's still millions and millions of these, so a sizable minority. So I just got the three of these for like literally 50 American cents, which is a bargain. because I mean I collect postcards from the Mediterranean world, so it was an amazing bargain, and this inspired me so much that I made my own version basically. And the thing about love was pretty spot on too. So yeah, hopefully you can all hear me. How should I send you the images? Asks Akshak Films. Just email me the link. So my email is, you'll know my email. Do you partake in the FNAF King fandom? What is the FNAF? Let me look it up. Oh, Five Nights at Freddy's, those creepy teddy bears. No, not a huge fan of them. What is your opinion on the Walking with Dinosaurs Giganotosaurus? Let me see. It looks like something from. It looks a bit too lean, but also its feet are a bit too boot-like. But it's not a it's not a terrible design. What battles has your soldier of God been fighting lately? Well, it's keeping nightmares away from me as I sleep. What do you think about Bedlington Terriers? Asks Jade. Let's look them up. Oh, it's these sheep-headed things. I always thought they shaved them this way, but they really do look like xenomorph, like or like murder sheep. I mean, just goes to show, some of the things we do to animals makes all tomorrows look tame in comparison. Back when the Area 51 thing happened, what were your thoughts? Look at my channel videos. I made an entire video about that. What do you call dogs that are like Kangals? Asked Lord Grunwalder. I call them based. I'm gonna call it a short night. At an hour and a half, I'm gonna say good night because if I don't go to bed soon, I'll be tomorrow. I'll catch the rest of the stream later. See you, man. Goodbye. What time is it there? It's just past midnight. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a great time. It's 3 p.m. here. Oh, would be so nice to be there. It's 6 a.m. here in Brazil. Wow. You had a sleepless night, or are you just an early riser? Oh, Lord Grunwald, there is going places. So he's flirting with a girl in the States based, and he showed All Tomorrows to this lady, and she says, I like the concept, but it makes my skin crawl, basically. It's like body horror without the horror. So nice. Oh, if your friend is from the States, I'm gonna tell something, but your sister's gonna kill me. You could buy her gifts over the American version of Amazon or whatever shopping sites they have there. But don't do it, man. Chocolat Blanc says, happy to see you. Hope you're all doing good. Yes. What would you do if you found out you were immortal? Now, that's a great question. That's a great, great question. I'd probably be a lot more brave. Also, am I immortal like Wolverine? If they shoot me, do I grow back? Or am I just like mortal, but I never age? Because those are two different things. Either case, I would be so relieved, but also so terribly traumatized. Because then it would mean that I would watch everybody I love die. But if I found out I'm immortal like Wolverine, I don't know. Woo, daddy. I'd carry out a few assassinations, have a lot of adventures. So yeah, if I'm like Wolverine, yeah, I mean, pretty much knock it out of the ballpark. I'll just swim across the oceans and I don't know. Almost 20 past. Yeah. I'll give you a life tip. If you're tired, just massage your temples like this. Get the blood flowing. Okay, so apparently, what if I'm immortal but also don't feel pain? That's a bit too much. I would like to be able to feel pain. Maybe not infinitely, but I mean, I don't want life to be entirely bliss. It would be very depressing. I know, I don't think much would change, to be honest. But maybe I would go trekking in the desert or like do some real wildlife adventures. Goat Cheese says hello. Rudy 18 Life says Oreo, hello. Hello, everybody. Who's your favorite character from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? I read the first two books of that series. I chuckled at the first, then I just gave up. It's just sort of, I mean, science fiction and cynicism don't really mix. Pain form characters says abstract films. I learned it the Asian way. Yeah, Asian cultures, they're hard, huh? Even if I was immortal, I don't think I would want to go to the Sentinel Island because I don't want to give them diseases. Sentinel Island, by the way, is that island where these natives don't let anybody in. So yeah. Oh, look at my eyes, just really coming down with something. What do you have? Do you have any ideas for any new big video series like Criminal Cryptids, but something else? I have something cooking, so it's always a secret. But I would love to have your suggestions too. You should do a video on isopod diversity. Man, it's gonna take 100 episodes or something. Those things are like crazy diverse. Somebody says, "Show me a drawing." This is one of the commissions I'm doing. By the way, you can also, if you give me a creature concept, go to my Patreon page and support me in the $150 tier, and I make commission art like this. This is just a pre-study sketch. Name is private, but it's like a three-headed monster figure. Yeah. Do a video about all 20,000 trilobite species. Are there really 20,000 trilobite species? Maybe a big deep dive into trilobites. Why not? Why not? Everybody seems to love them. There are 10 animals, yeah. 10 baramin, as the biblical creationist crowd puts them. Would you choose immortality if it came with the cost of living as a vampire? There was this really scary TV series, a recent one too. Wait. It was very like dark. I forgot what it was called, but basically it struggled with the same question. People turn into vampires and they like attack and kill their neighbors, their own family members. It was really gruesome and dark to watch. Midnight Mass, that's the one. It was really dark. If it meant something like this, I'd rather die. I can see your screen on the reflection. Well, yeah, I don't have anything to hide there. So, yeah, I'm not watching dynamic porn on a separate window, unfortunately. No titillating revelations there. What if once you died, your stats, like how many people you talked to, how many ants you stepped on, how many drawings you created, are visible, says Oreosaurus. You would be surprised to know that something very similar exists in basically Islamic belief, where upon death, a person is confronted with two angels. Their names are Munkar and Nekir. And they are known as like the fearful ones. Apparently, after you die, they come to you and they give you like a big deep down deep dive questioning about your religion and every deed you have ever done in your life. I mean, so they like question you, and they just like everything you done. Oh, what about this time in 1995 when you were rude to the bus driver? Oh, yes. What about this one time where you fed that bird? It's all listed. And the names are Munker and Nekir. That's Munker and Nekir. Let me actually read some contents from, like, basically some scholarly information about these two supernatural beings. Apparently these beings exist in the life after death, gayb alemi, yani the realm of life after death. So there used to be these debates about, like, is it really is it really possible for somebody to be questioned about all of their lives, because it's just so much information. And then the theological debates ran along the path saying that, well, in the afterlife maybe there's a much higher broadband, like a much higher bandwidth of information transfer, so it's not impossible. It's just interesting to know how these beliefs evolve and how they're debated and stuff like that. Please refrain from extreme religious critique in the chat, even if you are right. I don't want no trouble. Oh, TK Sivgin is here. What animal would you like to be not named after you? I don't care. Everybody should name everything they're researching. Please feel free to name them after me. What type of vampire would you like to be? Says X Jack Films. Somebody who can kill an entire village, or the webcomic type of vampire, like I Fell in Love, the second kind. I'd rather be the goofy, charming, and sexy vampire. Even dung beetles, says TK Sydney. Yeah, especially dung beetles. They're crazy diverse. Speaking of vampires, I have big fangs. So these are cool. Do the questioning angels also question you about the things you ate? Well, we'll see in the afterlife. What if I name my son Kozeman? I'd be honored. What can I say? At least name your son Kozeman with an A, so they don't tease him with the semen joke at school. What if when you die you had to confront everything you have ever killed, including video game enemies? Yeah, I've heard this meme today. It was on the internet. I do these things, like whenever I see a fly that's too sluggish to fly, I give it a little bit of my saliva, or if there's some sugar around, I let it drink from the sugar water. It's nice. Like, you see animals in need of help and you help them. I think it comes back to you somehow. Is CM Kozeman, is the CM in CM Kozeman short for centimeter? No, it's shortened version of my initials, which are Cevdet Mehmet Kösemen, which is a C and an M. Club master, championship manager, I don't know. TK Sivgin makes a Simpsons quote. I don't think Cosman and women mix. Oh, they mix so well. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, I'm getting very sleepy. Any last questions before we call it a night? It's been an hour and a half. Combined minds, Cosman. Ruli 18 Life is dropping lore about their world building project. Well, it seems like a nice project. Lord Grunwalder says, what do you think about sleep being half a death? I don't know. I like to pretend I'm getting connected to the same realm of ideas, maybe, but extraordinary claims need extraordinary evidence. There's this one thing though, whenever any of my close relations died, I always had dreams of them on the night they passed away. So in that respect, it was very touching and thought provoking. Apparently, there's a CM Cosman subreddit, and they say I don't like furry types or shipping types of fan art. I'm not anti furries per se, but I don't like that genre of art either. So yeah, the subreddit is correct. Have you thought about making a video about dreams? I have something like this in the pipeline, but best keep it a secret for now. AX Jack Film says, I have pet vampire crabs, and in every dream I see them. It means you like your pets. That's nice. Do you browse the All Tomorrow's Reddit subreddit? Says the junior. I barely, I rarely look at Reddit. Not my favorite. I mean, I'm not against it. I just don't have the time. Favorite water? The drinkable kind. Cheers. The junior saw me in their dream once. Well, what an honor. What can I say? Let's check some last messages. Okay. Before I go, I am being asked for an audio sample. Axe Jag Films. Axe Jag Films. I hope you got it. Consume these last hearts. Thank you for these hearts. Thank you for your time. As you can see, my eyes are getting red, so I'm really going to have to turn in. Thank you for listening to me, and well, please consider supporting me on Patreon, and have a good night. I'm just going to call it a night now in 3, 2, 1. Goodbye.